Alright, hello everybody, and today we've got another video for you all. We'll be looking at this midweek storm from the Rockies to the plains to the Midwest, and we'll be looking at the GFS, the Euro, and looking at the differences and similarities. So before we get started, if you are interested in this type of weather-related content heading into this upcoming winter, we'll be breaking down many more storms in the future that could be impacting your area, so feel free to subscribe to the channel for more updates. But without further ado, let's get started with the GFS. As you can see, here goes our little midweek or early week system building out into the Midwest. Parts of eastern Iowa, southern Wisconsin could see 1 to 3, 2 to 4 inches from that. Colorado will see much more from that, but that's already ongoing right now. So let's look at this midweek storm. So here on the GFS, Colorado once again sees some light to moderate snowfall, but by Wednesday night, Thursday morning, this is Tuesday night, Wednesday morning, you see some heavy snowfall break out in northwestern Oklahoma, Kansas. That builds into northern Missouri. Now we do see this area of heavy snowfall kind of diminish and also shrink in size, but not until up until this low pressure decides to really get its act together here in the Ohio Valley. It deepens by about 10 millibars in the span of 18 hours, and by Thursday evening, you're seeing this heavy snowfall break out on the back end from eastern Iowa, southern Wisconsin, northern Illinois, even parts of Chicago, or parts of Illinois including Chicago, Wisconsin, including Milwaukee, and also much of Wisconsin sees this wraparound snowfall. So now let's look at the Euro. So here goes our early week storm, pretty similar up until so now we're looking at this late or midweek storm. So still some moderate snowfall breaking out in Colorado by the time we get into Tuesday night. But now we don't see this heavy snowfall here in Kansas and Nebraska. Instead, we see some light to moderate snowfall, but nothing compared to what the GFS had. And it goes all the way like this up until this low pressure once again spawns in the upper Ohio Valley, deepens at about the same rate, and all of a sudden we're seeing this heavy snowfall break out in the back end here in southern Wisconsin, northern Illinois, parts of Illinois, once again including Chicago and Wisconsin and even parts of Michigan, getting on this intense wraparound snowfall. So let's look at the Euro snowfall map. These are the two events combined, but overall, much of this comes from the second event. Parts of Illinois, Wisconsin getting on a 6 to 8 inch snowfall, widespread in northern Illinois, southern Wisconsin, even Chicago getting a few inches. And then looking at the GFS, looking at snowfall in the GFS, here we have much different situation. Parts of Kansas, even Oklahoma, which is a little bit hard to believe, which may lead me to believe maybe the Euro is a little bit more realistic, and it is also the reliable model, so it would make a little bit more sense. But the GFS has had some hits to the Euro, hasn't so far this season, so not going to rule out the GFS by any means. So, but even still, Kansas City, look at that, 11 inches. Parts of northern Missouri over a foot. Southern Iowa, 15 inches in parts of southern Iowa, and also northwestern Illinois. Still, much of Wisconsin sees 6 to 10 inches of snowfall here on the GFS. But where the models are similar is that they both have this intense wraparound snowfall here in southern Wisconsin, northern Illinois. So up until about this morning, the Euro was really weakening the storm. But now it has caught on to this wraparound heavy snowfall. So that is some good news for you guys, for the snow lovers out there in perhaps Chicagoland or the northern areas of Illinois, southern Wisconsin, parts of Michigan. So that is where they're similar, but where they're different is out in the central plains. It is, parts of Kansas see about 1 to 3 inches here on the Euro, but that pales in comparison to 4 to 8 inches on the GFS, which would be a much more significant storm. Also look at Kansas City, Missouri, 11 inches on the GFS, 3 on the Euro. So now let's take a look at why they're different. So looking at the GFS, you can see that there goes our early week storm. Here comes our midweek storm. The trough goes neutral tilt much earlier than the Euro, and due to this, we do see some heavier snowfall breaking out in the plains. So now, heading into the upper Midwest, it really goes negative tilt. That's why you see that in heavy snowfall breaking out on the northwest side. And then looking at the Euro, it takes much longer for this trough to go negatively tilted, and then by that time, it's a little bit too late for the central plains, but we still do see that heavy wraparound snowfall in parts of Wisconsin, Illinois, parts of Michigan. So those are the differences. It's not much at the 500 millibar level, but it does translate to big differences at the surface. So we will have an updated snowfall forecast for you all on this storm in the central plains, back to the Rockies, up into the Midwest tomorrow night. But for tonight, that is all. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.